exactly what happened. I'll now entertain questions.
Are they all adults, the victims?
Yes, it appears that they are all adults and no children are inside the home, but it's a tragedy nonetheless with this amount of people and the manner in which they were killed. It appears to be some sort of execution style based on what we've able to see, but we aren't able to corroborate that. But it's a crime scene nonetheless, and there are a lot of people inside of the home that are deceased.
What do you need from people in this neighborhood that may know something, seen something, heard something?
That's very good. If you know of anything related to this particular incident or anything that the police should know, please call 911 or please call our Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. But at this point, we believe that the situation is isolated to this particular address. We are gathering information. There are people responding still. We arrived here very quickly, and we want to know, as you do, exactly what happened, and in order to get to that, we're going to need assistance from the community.
Was there anything else in the house, drugs, anything else that might kind of give you guys some clues, some hints as to what happened?
The homeowner came home and she notified police. We don't know the relationship of the individuals inside of the home, but I can say with certainty that there were televisions turned over, and it's a situation in which we are treading delicately on. We are making sure that we protect the investigation, the integrity of the investigation, and we're doing our due diligence. It just takes time. But
can you tell us if you guys have had any previous runs at this house before in the past?
We can't say that right now, but that's part of the investigation, and we're doing everything that we can to pull all of our data that we have available to us in our assets.
Can you talk about this being one of the hot spots for the police department in trying to fight crime in this area?
Well, we've said that publicly. We will continue to say that, and it's a message not just from public safety, for the police chief, and from every person in uniform. We won't abandon a geographic area, a zip code, or a people group. That's not what we signed up for. That's not what we will do. We will focus on rooting out crime and rooting out evil. We will continue to do that. We need assistance from the community. We have assistance from the community. These sorts of incidents happen, as you can tell from the energy here on the scene. It's very volatile. So we're going to do what we can to protect this scene, but we need assistance from the public.
Are there any signs of forced entry to the home, or can you tell?
Yes, there is. So
is it front or back door? Or?
From what we're able to say, there's forced entry to the side door here, but we're trying to figure all of that as we move forward. So.
CW, just to recap, the homeowner came home around 9 o'clock.
Is that a landlord or someone who lives here?
Well, someone who lives here. The homeowner came a little after 9:30. We arrived shortly after that. So we were dispatched to this location. We arrived here within minutes, and we began doing what we typically do in this sort of situation. But again, to recap, there are 2 deceased females and 2 males inside of the home with apparent gunshot wounds. And so we're going to be out here for quite some time. We have a number of teams out here, and there's going to be heavy police presence.
Do you think you'll be able to find who did this?
Steve, that's a good question. We cannot do it alone. And as we said before, and we will continue to say that, we need assistance from the public, and that is what's going to be key to this. So we have investigators that are very good at what they do, and they will handle what was presented to them, and hopefully get some solid information.
When you say it appears,
I don't know how many people live in there per se, but what we can say is that there were 4 people inside the home deceased. I don't know what their relationship is with the homeowner, or if they live or they reside in the residence. But this is one of those instances, guys, where we're asking the community to assist us. We don't know what happened inside the home, but this community has a pulse and they have a heartbeat, and we want to make sure that we are recognizing the sensitivity in which we're placed right now, and we're asking that the community rally together and help find out who was responsible for this. That's ultimately why we're here.
When you say it appears to have possibly been some kind of execution style, what says that? By where they're located, or were they all in the same room, lined up, or?
Well, the violence, the fact that there are 4 people inside of the home deceased with apparent gunshot wounds, that is an indicative